Hello Taurus, welcome to your monthly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the month of February 2023. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I'm providing, okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that. Got a 7 of Cups. Let's put that into some context. I'll try to keep everything straight and organized with our overhead camera here so everybody can see what I'm looking at here. I think this is going to be an interesting month for you. I think that right away, I feel like you're going to be getting rid of a lot of negative energy. With the 7 of Cups here, I feel like you're really going to be aware. It's almost like you're cleaning house, cleaning out your closet, kind of. You're going to be getting rid of a lot of things that are just weighing you down, bringing you down, that are unhealthy or toxic for you. Okay, so I think this is really the month. I know it's a short month, February, 28 days? I don't think it's a leap year. So it's going to be a relatively short month. And I think that you're going to spend it really getting rid of stuff that's not working for you, stuff that's either just kind of neutral or that's actually bad for you, toxic stuff, right? Toxic people, habits, elements of your diet or your lifestyle, negative thinking, negative feeling, all of this stuff, okay? I think it's really a month for clarity. I think you're someone who has maybe a tendency to build up some bad habits over time, and then, a couple times a year, you really do a spring cleaning. I know it's not spring, but the same kind of vibe, right? You're cleaning out the cupboards, cleaning out the closet, and getting rid of a lot of toxic things, a lot of toxic people, okay? I see there's something probably particular that you're thinking about right now, something very specific in mind that you're going to be getting rid of. Okay, with this 10 of Swords, it feels like you have reached the end of a certain relationship and you know that it's got to go. Could be a friend, family member, significant other, coworker, whatever it is. I feel like the relationship it started out professional, maybe got personal, and now you're just like, okay, it's not a good idea. It's either toxic or it's just detrimental. It's just not good for you. It's not something that you want. It's not empowering. It's not helping you to your goals. Okay, so I feel like you're coming to the end of that relationship, and I think you already know who I'm talking about, and it's already time. You already know it's time to kind of get rid of this thing. Okay. I feel like you're the type of person that doesn't like to have those difficult conversations with people, right? Here is an air sign person, Princess of Swords. I wonder if this person we're talking about is an air sign person in your life. It could be. I'm not getting too much of a name here. I can't get a name or really a sense of where they are located in your life, if it's professional or personal, I think it's more of like a friend, like a younger friend maybe. But anyway, I think this might be the person that you're kind of, the one person in particular that you've got to kind of let go of this month, in this larger process of you cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your cupboards, getting rid of, expired food and toxic chemicals and really cleaning things up. But you're someone that doesn't like to have those difficult conversations. You don't like confrontation. I don't think you like hurting people's feelings. You don't like the upset, right? You can do it, and I think you're good at it, but it's not something that you really like doing. You tend to avoid it whenever possible. Okay, and this is the Princess of Swords, who is pretty much like, she's kind of on her back foot. She's defending herself. She's not really the one that's out there making all these bold moves, having these difficult discussions, starting this upset with people. She can handle herself when she needs to. It's not gender specific, by the way, okay? This figure. can defend themselves when they need to, can handle themselves pretty well, doesn't like to go out and initiate that sort of thing. Okay. But I feel like this month you kind of have to with this air sign person. I feel like they got to go as part of your overall winter cleaning. Okay. Really getting your house in order, getting your temple in order. Okay. In the recent past, Four of Cups, I feel like there was an incident involving a body of water recently. It could be that you're someone who definitely goes to, you like to be close to water, maybe like for meditation or for solitude or for communing with nature. Maybe you're a very water-oriented person. You know, I know you're talking to Taurus here, but I feel like you have a strong connection with water somewhere. And it could be that it's just like that's your element. You know, that's where you feel like you can, kind of cleanse yourself or commune with nature or get in touch with spirit, get centered, calm, So I think that recently you did some kind of soul searching, or you did some kind of meditation or some kind of activity near the water, right? Where you had this kind of this revelation or this understanding or just this feeling that came to you like, I got to make a change. The Four of Cups, kind of a bit of apathy. It's kind of a flat emotional line, And it could be that you just had this feeling like, I've got to do this winter cleaning. I've got to change some things. I got to get rid of some things. I got to clear out some space here. Could be that you had this moment of introspection and this kind of realization about your life. And that's where we're at now with this month, okay? Down beneath the surface, well, we've got a Seven of Pentacles. You kind of tend to keep things around longer than their usefulness. I think that there is probably a lot of stuff in your life, maybe in your house, literally, that you've kind of held on to. Maybe ran out of batteries a long time ago. Maybe it just kind of broke. Maybe never really liked it to begin with, but it's still there and you haven't let go of it. Okay. I think maybe there's like a box of stuff somewhere or like a drawer. It could be that you have everybody has like a junk drawer. I think maybe you have a couple of them, and it's just stuff that you have that maybe has some like emotional connection to it from some time in the past, but it doesn't really mean much. It's not a useful item. It doesn't really need to be there. Okay. And I think that this is also reflected in your relationships, in your habits, your lifestyle, and your internal world as well. Could be a lot of negative thoughts that we're holding on to. Could be a lot of past issues that we're holding on to. Could be a lot of pain or trauma that we're holding on to. And that's kind of all part of this spring or winter cleaning, this clearing out the closet, cleaning up our temple, getting our house in order. Okay. And in the immediate future, Emperor energy. You're going to feel so much better for having done this. By the end of the month, you're going to feel like you're in so much authority and power, and you're so like in charge of your life, and you've got this tremendous like vibrant energy going into the future. Okay. I feel like it's really going to like renew your confidence. I don't think that you're someone who kind of suffers from that lack of confidence or anything like that. But with the Four of Cups back here and with that Princess of Swords up at the top, we had this kind of flatline emotion. We've had this not really wanting confrontation and trying to avoid the confrontation whenever possible. I feel like after you go through this cleaning process, you're really going to come into a new power, right? You're going to really find like a new sense of power and authority and confidence and assertiveness. And this is going to be you're going to really come into this energy of being able to really ask for what you want or demand what you want, right? Within reason, within the context of your life. You're not going to be bossing other people around, or at least don't let it get to that point. But you're going to feel a certain confidence that is, you're not going to put up with any BS. You're not going to go out looking for fights, but you're going to stand up for yourself more than you probably ever have. right? And that power, that confidence is coming through this cleansing, this clearing out that you're involved in now. Okay, so this is an awesome energy. And I mean awesome. It's going to inspire awe because it feels so much bigger and bolder and stronger and more powerful than what we see in the past or what we see presently for you. I feel like you're really coming into a certain level of this force and fire. Okay. We're going to move over to the path of the serpent now. We start out with this hermit energy. I think that this, is kind of your vibe in general right now as we go through this kind of cleansing. I think you're really turning inwards. It's not so much about clearing out that junk drawer, right, or cutting off those relationships that aren't working, but this is about the inner work. A lot of inner work that needs to be done here. Letting go of thoughts, emotions, experiences, connections with people, obsessions, letting go of all these things internally that are not serving our purpose anymore. Okay, and that's the job of the hermit during this period. I think it's a short month, so you got your work to do, and I think you should get to it. There's a lot to kind of sift through. I think that you're someone that really does hold on to things for a long time. Maybe you do have trouble letting go of things. We said that about like physical objects, but I think emotional things too, pain and experiences when you feel like you've been wronged or slighted or hurt by someone. I think it's difficult for you to let that go. But that's the job of the hermit this month, okay? Your environment, we see a 4 of Wands. This is really kind of, this is the process of clearing out the environment. I think literally and figuratively getting rid of stuff, you know what I mean? Like just if something has completed its cycle, if something is done with its usefulness, if something has kind of stayed a little too long in your environment, internal and external, throw it in the dumpster. Get rid of it. It's just taking up space. And I think going with this more minimalist kind of vibe is something that you're going to be implementing into your life. It's going to be a switch to quality over quantity, minimalism, but the things that you do have are intensely powerful for you. They're like your power objects, right? The things that you keep are going to have such tremendous force, and they're going to be like talismans for you. Okay? Because now I think there's so much clutter that nothing really has that much power because your power is kind of scattered between all of them. When you narrow it down, when you minimize to just a few things, those few things are going to have such intense power in them from you because you're able to concentrate that power into just a few items. External, but also internally. Okay? Your core beliefs, your core ideals, right? The core deities, right? Your patron deities, in a sense. Okay, your connection with what your power objects are, what they mean internally, not just what the things in your physical environment are, but what their true essence is internally, in the subtle spiritual realms, which we could say are represented by the thousands of deities that exist, right? And any one of them could represent certain ideals, certain forces, certain powers that you aspire to, that you hold dear, your principles, your ideals, and the things that you worship and cherish, your patrons. Okay, I don't want to dwell too much on that. I'm trying to stay practical here. The next card is the Ace of Wands. This is really the fire that fuels this Emperor. I think it's going to be a rather new thing for you to have this kind of fire and confidence and power in your life. And it could be a scary thing. This is in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. It might be something kind of new. And you might be worried you're going to get a little bit burned by it, or you're going to burn others, or it's going to backfire, something with fire. And this is a natural thing. And I think that the message here is to just approach this new found confidence and power. Approach it with some caution. Don't go overboard, right? Go slow. Really get comfortable with it and learn how to use it. Because it can burn. It can backfire. Especially if you go too hard, too fast. All right? So just take it slow and ease into it. The next card that we have is this Eight of Cups. This, I think, is going to be a real shift for you emotionally. We went from this kind of apathy, right? It's kind of flatlined. And now we're going to this Eight of Cups. It's kind of still like the flat line, right? But this is like you're towing the line between the glass being half full and half empty. You're switching between intense pessimism, dejection, depression to intense optimism and cheerfulness and hopefulness. Okay? So you're kind of going back and forth between these states of emotion. So it's not really like that flat line anymore. You're going to feel things more intensely. They're not always going to be positive, cheerful emotions. Life doesn't work that way. But I think with this Emperor energy, you're equipped and prepared and ready and empowered to handle any kind of emotions that come your way. Good or bad, up or down, positive, negative. But at least you're going to be feeling these emotions. Okay, you've cleared out enough by the end of the month, or when this process is completed. There's going to be enough room in you now to really feel these things and to wield your power and authority with skill, with reserve, with with control, self-control. But you're going to feel the ups and downs of life again, and it's going to be different than this flat line that we saw in the recent past Path of the Dove there. So this is, it's going to be activating your emotional life again. But again, it's not always going to be cheerful. It could sometimes be negative. That's the way life is. But I think this is a good thing to get back to this, to get back to that, And I realize that we never did our mystery card. So what do you say we do that now? We're going to use something special today. We're going to use the Antique Anatomy. Oh, that one just popped right out. This is pre-shuffled, but this one jumped out. I didn't even have to handle the deck at all. And interestingly, the mystery card is the Death card. The 13th mystery of the tarot. Such an unlucky number. Spooky, spooky. This is really wonderful. I think that this is like you're building a new start for yourself. You know what I mean? You're ready for new things. You're clearing out all of the old material. You're tilling the soil, and you're going to be planting new seeds for new growth. It's going to be like a new birth, a rebirth for you. And I think that this is a tremendous confirmation. The fact that it literally jumped out of that deck, and it's this Death card, and everything we're talking about here is like like getting rid of things, right? And that's the kind of death. It's about the decay, the putrefaction, the decomposition that is nurturing the ground for this new growth. And I think that's what the month is about: getting rid of what is not needed anymore, tilling the soil, clearing the field, and getting ready for this new growth. So I think next month and in your next weekly readings, I'm excited to see where we go with all of this energy. It's a really tremendous confirmation here. We're going to do a really quick extended. If you want to stick around, click on the link that is right up there. And you can have access to all of the extended readings for the weeklies and the monthly videos. Okay, this was your monthly reading for February 2023 on Dove and Serpent Tarot.